Ryan with Methodical here, and today this QCX Mini Mini Tip is going to be perhaps a little less mini and little less mini tip. However, it's definitely relevant, and so I beg you 2 or 3 minutes of your time. I will try to keep this short, something that when I get talking is not easy. You'll notice that this QCX Mini is missing this. That's right, T1 is missing, it's off, and that's because I ran into some trouble. So I was able to get the bandpass filter peaked, no problem. Of course, I'll have to redo that now because I've removed the bandpass filter. But unfortunately, I could not get the IQ balance, or actually, sorry, this is the bandpass. Got that peaked. Could not get the IQ balance, low or high, peaked at all. In fact, they wouldn't move, no matter what I did. So I suspected an issue with T1. Now, one of the things that I noticed is that the winding that goes right here was very loose, and I did not pull it tight when I soldered it in. And so I thought, well, you know, I'm just going to heat that up, pull that a little harder, and pull it through, tighten that up, and call it good. They refused. I ended up having to cut the whole thing out, and of course, cutting the whole thing out and getting all the holes free of solder was not. Cutting out was easy. Removing all the pieces was easy. Getting the holes free of solder was not. And what I ended up doing is simply heating it up and then blowing like a very quick, like a really loud P sound, like a very percussive sound, to push air very quickly through those holes. And that worked, and I was able to get them all free of solder. So they're all empty now. Unfortunately, this trace right here lifted. Now, I don't know if it lifted before I installed T1 or as I installed T1 or as I removed T1. I suspect it's as I removed, as I was heating it up. I don't actually know. So thankfully, this is not a big deal. All I'm going to have to do is just run a trace, run a jumper from here to here, probably on the back side of the board. That's not a problem. So this is my own error, and I'll live with it. So this tip is about persistence. It's about perseverance. It's about troubleshooting. I've talked in my videos about the proper troubleshooting method. To troubleshoot something, you need to understand it. You need to trace the fault and use the process of elimination to narrow down the cause. Of course, looking at the circuit, you find out that the IQ balance balances the I and Q between at the output. So it decides which channel you get more or less of. So that helps there. And of course, the less signal means the better balance you're getting, and that's why you're supposed to get that as low as possible. And same with these. So one thing I've noticed is that these need to be in the middle of their range. And so if you look at the bottom, you can check with the DVM to get these into the middle of their range, which is 250K. And then because these are 50K potentiometers, but they're paralleled with a 10K potentiometer. So really the midway for these is 7.1 kiloohms. So 7100 ohms. So when you're testing back here between these 2 points, between here and here and here and here, you'll be looking for 7.1 kiloohms. And on this one, to the mid-range, it's going to be about 250 ohms. So I did that, got them into the mid-range so that we'd have a somewhat operational circuit, and nothing. So I'm going to be rewinding it and doing it again. I've got some more magnet wire here that I'll wind that with. It's going to be green. Who cares? No big deal. But anyway, I just wanted to share this failure with you because I think sharing failures is important because not everything goes right the first time. I've built 2 QCXs before. They aligned perfectly. I do not suspect this is an issue with the QCX Mini, but rather an issue with my construction of this QCX Mini. Now, there are other people having this problem on the on the QRP Labs groups.io page, and so there's an interesting thread going on there. Other people are having problems with the phase splitting not really happening, so they're not getting any phase cancellation. And guess where the phase splitting happens? It happens right here. This is a phase splitter and bandpass filter. So it's a multifunction device. That's why there's 4 windings on it. So I'm going to rewind that and hope for the best. Make sure I get continuity between here and here, and we'll be happy. So thanks for watching this non-tip tip. And if you have any questions, any comments below, maybe things you think I should try, please let me know what you think. So I said 2 or 3 minutes. We're now approaching 6. Thanks for watching. 73 to you.